detail into the reasons employees leave. I just want to talk for a minute about the dynamics of how employees leave. Most employees start with enthusiasm. Do you agree? Most people want to be engaged. You know, all my experience, all those years I did career counseling with people, everybody I talk to, they want to have a job they love. They're very optimistic coming into an organization. But not everybody stays at that first level. For a lot of people, they start to question the decision. There's a little buyer's remorse that sets in. Whether we've talked about that a little bit in the first few weeks or months. And some people, it gets more serious. They become more disillusioned. They realize, wait a minute, I'm not making as much as this other coworker is doing the same job as I am. Why is that? They consider quitting. It gets a little more serious. So these first four steps, it's all about their thinking about it. Okay? And by the way, how long does it take for people to go through those first four steps? Well, it could take one day, or it could take a year. It could take, we don't know. It can be different for every employee. The next four steps, they're starting to stop thinking about it, starting to do something about it. They start searching for options. They dress up more nicely coming into work, go on interviews for lunch. And by the way, the busiest time on monster.com is 9 o'clock Monday morning. The Society for Human Resources says that 30% of the American workforce is actively looking for a job right now, and 45% are passively looking for a job, paying attention. And they're probably smart to know what Plan B is. Okay, but if that's true, that means that 75% of our workforce is potentially loose in the saddle. Then they have to say, well, do I quit or I stay after I get this offer? And then, as we know, some people quit and leave, and others quit and stay. And this presentation is really about disengagement. It's really about the people, we call this warm chair attrition. Okay? The people who are here, but they're not giving their best. They would like to be giving their best, I believe, but they're not. And a lot of it's this thing called discretionary effort. We have some discretion about how much effort we're going to give in our job. And if we feel like we're getting good management, and we're getting good benefits and pay, and we're getting all the right stuff, we want to give back. That's the essence of my message today. So what can we give to make people want to give back? The problem is, a lot of managers think if we give too much, they'll take advantage of us. There's some truth in that. Some employees will. But that's the dilemma that we have to deal with on a daily basis. What are the signs that somebody is going down this slippery staircase? Are there physical signs? How would you recognize on a daily basis an employee who is thinking about leaving? Absenteeism, yes. Anything else?
Attitude.
Attitude. How do you know what a person's attitude is?
Sometimes about where they are.
Well, what kind of action? What kind of actions would tell you if a person's attitude has changed? They complain, okay? They whine and complain maybe a little bit more. Maybe they just go silent. People
Loss of enthusiasm.
Loss of enthusiasm. And people don't smile anymore. People carry themselves a little slower, and they walk, their whole carriage and attitude and posture is different. Here are some of the physical signs: body language, facial expressions. Their performance drops all of a sudden. They're not working, putting as many hours as they used to. That may be a good thing for some people. They're absent more often. They realize they're not paid what other people are paid in similar jobs. They're not feeling as challenged in the job as they used to. They're overworked, or they've just gone through a period of real intense overwork, and they don't feel like they've been recognized for it. Or they're working for a bad boss. Okay, and you could add up points for employees. And how many of these are true of any given employee on any given time? And you can almost predict who is more vulnerable, who is more likely to be thinking about leaving. We call this flight risk. Who's at risk of flying the coop? So, but we need to pay attention. And I guess my question is, are you as a manager paying as much attention as you should to these signs that are right there for you to see? But sometimes we get a little used to it. We get used to disengaged employees, and it becomes normal. And we just build in, you have to get to a point where you say, I'm not going to do that anymore. Shame on me as a manager for getting used to disengaged.